It has audio too.
Well, I'll try to watch my French. Well, you can still get the side shot from here, but it's tight.
Yeah, I don't want him to. I don't. I'll wait a couple of years before I do that again, because I don't want him to shoot up the new frame. We didn't do it till it was pretty shot up to begin with. Are you hiding from the camera, Evan? I'm only going to send it to Bill and Paul. And see, and it makes those two walls look really, really ugly. But hey, what are you going to do? I was just trying to use vision barriers and old crap that we had. And you're going to paint that one too? Or stain?
Still got some stain, so.
Everything is stained. See? Everything is stained.
I think it's funny because you can hear
You
the
can
wood.
push the window open to shoot. Oh, it's
Yeah.
kinda...
Eventually, I'm going to put some of the latches back on them.
This one,
Well, they're all in different spots. I mean,
yeah.
but you know, I'll put latches back on them so that.
No, but I mean, you can't lean out and shoot downrange to this one anymore,
Well,
which
you
was
can't do
okay.
any of them because they're all like that now.
But that's
so.
okay because that's just another vision barrier.
Well, that's it.
When we
I'm thinking I should put the hasps on the other side. So when I end up redoing them after these all dry, I'll put the hook on the other side. So that way, if we have them open to shoot, fine. But if we have them closed, that way people aren't dicking around with them during the stage. Because I saved all those. I got them in a bucket. But I'll put them on the other side of the windows. So when we close them and lock them.
this is what happens when you shoot this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, that's cool.
Like this one, I'll end up putting this hasp on the other side, so that way, when we close it up for the stage, someone isn't open it up.
When it was Larry and Eric putting the plan on paper, and I was like, we have to have more than 10 yards from here to the side berm, so that we can shoot steel out the side windows. Well, that didn't happen.
I was gonna say that ain't 10. But
I mean, no. I mean, you can't. If you angle, you can shoot at steel.
right from this window to the steel, you get out there 15, pretty much on the money.
Well, but I mean, the side windows was you can shoot down range.
Well, I put paper down there and I put it down low.
But you know, shooting out, I learned really quickly that if you want to shoot, that's where a lot of the splatter comes from. If you're shooting cross bay, then it all skips over into the other bay. So I know that people, oh, your stages are boring, everything is downrange.
Well, we're shooting old paper pretty much, or little pieces of wood. So, I mean, that's my steel hanging there from when we came and zeroed some guns the other day out at 50 yards, but I got a couple more guns to zero with 50 yards, so that's why it's so rough. I can remember they had on several stages back in the day, they had like jail cell bars.
Yes.
And it was considered, and actually, you know, it's more of a mind fuck than anything, because if you're aiming the gun and the sights are on the target and not on the bars, I never hit a bar.
We had one of the nationals in Tulsa. They had the jail cell window was like the bars were slats of AR-500.
Yeah.
And it was 15 yards away, and then the targets were about 3 yards behind the slats.
There must have been a lot of spray all over those frickin' slats.
Well, it was a lot of people missing because they were hitting the slat and not knowing it.
Yeah, you'd ding it right off. At 15, but you know, if they were up close, if you could see your sights through it, it was done before, you know. Anyway, just breathe a little new life into this, that's it. Nothing. Nothing too crazy.
I mean, it's because I would, I'd open the window to see if anybody was walking down range, and
It's for ROs.
it's
This is great now because
Yeah.
now I can just look, and you got to be working at it pretty hard to hide behind one of those things because at least I can still see your feet.
yeah,
I can still see your feet. So, it's not. It's much easier now.
but
I RO'd that night match up there.
oh god,
And actually, it wasn't too bad. 'Cause I had a flashlight, and I'd look down underneath all the barricades. I'd be like, all right, going hot. You're hiding. Sucks to be you.
well,
I said that 300 times.
in my time here, we only left, we only said, we only left somebody downrange once, and it was relatively recently, and I was running the timer, and I handed the timer off to Paul, and he just started to shoot. And then there were like two guys that just stop. They haven't come back yet. Oh,
I got myself stuck by a barricade once as a, RO. But the shooter was a good shooter, and we both realized that I'd fucked up. And anyway, but it was, I ended up doing this. He did his thing, went around me and shot the rest of the stage. I'm like, yeah, but reshoot if you want. He's like, fuck no, I shot that pretty good. I was like, okay, we're cool. I fucked up. I got stuck in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And it just was what it was.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
thank God it was you and not somebody who's like all fucking scary.
I was at, when Jeremy Moore was not at Crescent, when he was still up at
Yeah.
BTTS. I went to one of his steel matches, and I was running a squad, and he had a big shoot area, and then you had to go, the walls, it was just a big rectangle on the walls, and you had to go to various walls to see the targets, and there was this junior, and his mom was scorekeeping and trying to coach at the same time. And I did my normal thing. I let him go. I stayed out of the shooting area.
Yeah.
And she got in there coaching him, and he was over here shooting, and he realized that he needed to go to another wall, and he's like, "What? Well, she's downrange."
Oh.
It wasn't his fault.
No.
It was absolutely all her fault.
No.
She had no business being in there.
We all needed this.
So I'm like, well, I can't really DQ the kid because it wasn't his mom's fault.
Well, when I was doing the walking trails, my big thing was to get as close as I can to the person. Not everybody, but some of the sketchy people. I'd be right in their shit. If you got a shotgun, it's really hard for you to shoot me like this.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but really hard.
They can butt stroke you with though, like in a hockey game.
It'd actually be funny because it'd be somebody who would lose the trail. I don't know how you could lose the trail because it was like orange tape. But then I'd grab their shirt, You're like, this is a hint that you need to get back on the trail.
Tripped up by a lot of cedars if you lose the trail.
Hey, this isn't going to get any easier for you. That is funny.
Well, I'm going to go back over to the barn and wash my hands. Go get some finger food from, I want to get the, Zaxby's has the fried pickle slices.
Oh.
You never had fried dill pickle slices, you need to go get some.
I have, and they don't really work for me.
They don't work for you?
No.
You're a Yankee. What are you, man?
What the hell? Actually, when I was in Lufkin on recruiting,
Oh, yeah.
they were always hard on me because I was being Yankee. And finally, the only thing I could do is to get them to shut the fuck up. Because they rubbed me with it pretty bad, but I was like, what's Alamo? And I counted how many people at the Alamo died. They were from Massachusetts. I should remember. It was like 8 people from Massachusetts died at the Alamo. Spiders.
Oh, yeah.
After that, they were like, fuck, I can't say nothing to you.
This place is, if you pick up anything, carry it in your arms, you're going to get spiders on you.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty soon, the daddy long legs, you can pick up a couple of wooden target stands and carry them.
Yep.
And next thing you know, those fuckers are crawling all over you because they were on the target stand.
This is the funniest thing. So, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the Hicks, in fact, you probably knew Kenneth Hicks. at one
I
point.
know the name.
Because he
He
used
was
to be USPSA.
Yeah, Area 4 coordinator.
Anyway, but we went to the Hicks family because they have they probably still have it, a post, lumber, that they cut trees and pressure treat and all that. And the whole family does it, or they did it at the time.
It's a forest.
And his father was like the county commissioner. So they had like a circus tent with a country band. They frickin' slaughtered off one of their cows, and they had like smokers and shit. And so we're up there, some friends of ours, and my parents came to visit, and so there's my mother, and this Ken Hicks, he's got, remember those country shirts with a fire and shit? He's got his hat, we're over by his truck.
Sleeves cut off?
No, but, the country shirt with a fire, it was popular at the time. And, he's got the frickin' Justin Ropers and all the fucking hat. We're over at his truck checking out a gun and shit. And, I introduced my parents and my mother and all that, and she was just Yankee on Yankee. And he says something about something cowboy, and she says, "You're not a cowboy. You don't have real cowboy boots on," because he had the ropers with the low heels and not.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we laughed so hard. I thought we were gonna die. My mother didn't even get it. We had to explain it to her like 5 times. And I was like, we're at the Hicks family barbecue where they slaughtered off a cow from their herd. His dad looks like he's dressed like Boss Hogs, for Christ's sake. It was fucking hilarious. And my mother's like, "You're not a real cowboy. You don't have real cowboy boots on."
Hey.
Oh, we laughed so hard that we were crying.
When I was younger, I tried to wear cowboy boots. I had elephant ear skin. I had a gray pair and a tan pair. I had the riding boots, which was, I didn't know ropers existed. I grew up in Texas.
Yeah.
Man, when you got a semi-flat arch, those riding boots are painful. Pain all day long.
It's funny. Then they wrote me about that. They're like, "Jim, you were this close. We were going to give you your official Texas citizen fucking, certificate and shit."
Your mom blew it for you.
What your mom just blew it for you. It was the funniest thing. I don't think my mother still got it after we explained it to her. You can't get about any more cowboy than frickin' out of frickin'.
But it is East Texas, so, they're lumberjacks.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Well, as soon as you run out of stain or get that done, we'll call it a day and then come back and play tomorrow and clean up all the junk and all that. No hurry, though.
Y'all have outdone yourself for sure.
Not like you got anything else hard.
Like Lloyd always tells me, I hope the shooters appreciate it. And now they don't even realize that somebody has to work this hard.
Well,
they absolutely do.
Some of them do, but
yeah.
It's the ones who've run matches before.
Sure, but we don't have that many.
No, some of them. It's like when I go to shoot a match that I didn't have to RO. I'm always thanking the ROs, and the ones that know me get it. The other ones are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Why? Because I can't imagine I've been to a match and having a hard time.
I think it was last summer. I went to just the first Thursday evening over at Temple, and first thing out of Fletcher's mouth is, "Golly, you running a squad? I ain't doing nothing." But I did.
Well, that's it. I think I shot there once that I didn't run a squad because they had a guy in his family that they did it.
Well, it was.
Okay.
It was. I was bemused because I quit doing that when the hip flexor flared up.
Yeah.
It started with the tendonitis, but I was still shooting with the elbow tendonitis. But then when the hip flexor flared up, I couldn't even shoot my own matches, so I was taking off.
Yeah.
So that was the first year that I didn't go out at 4 o'clock every afternoon and set the damn thing up.
Yeah.
And then all I hear from Jason is, "Oh, I've got to set this up. Oh, it's so hard. You ain't doing three freaking stages, 15 freaking targets.
Yeah.
And all of the markers are on the ground for you already."
Finding the marker. I wouldn't help set up before. Finding the markers on the ground was the hardest thing in the whole setup.
Well, I used to go out about this time when the weeds started growing, and I'd buy weed killer and kill the grass all around the markers, and then dig them up.
Paint the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
I couldn't believe him whining about having to do that Thursday evening by himself. Oh well.
It's funny.
I'm only an asshole after the fact because that's like, you know. I tell you what, you can criticize my stages when you've set up 3 matches a month for 15 years. How about that?
Exactly.
But I don't say stuff like that. I don't think about it at the time. I don't think about it at the time.
Well, like, people like, I get ideas for stages. Okay, at least email me or something, you know. And then nothing. It's like, okay. I'm just trying to come up with viable targets. The little wood squares have been the best thing because a 2x4 is relatively cheap, and I get freaking, I counted it before, like 26 of them out of a freaking 2x4, and you know what, you never know. They can take anywhere from 1 to about 10 hits.
You always get spring for hardwood.
Well, I can't find it. But the 2x, you know, me and the chop saw.
I almost leaned up against that.
I'd fill them up with, fill up the 5-gallon buckets, but I like a reactive target. And the other thing is the good part about being an outlaw match is like, there's no calibration. If you're shooting frickin' 5.45 and it takes you 5 shots to get it to go down, suck it up, Buttercup. If you're shooting shotgun slugs, it is what it is.
When we start back up, we're gonna be having independent matches. I hate outlaw was a term used by USPSA shooters to refer to anything that wasn't USPSA. And when USPSA wanted to be 3-gun king, before NRA wanted to be 3-gun king,
that was funny.
Then they started referring to all the matches that existed long before I ever thought about it as outlaw. So I hate the term outlaw match.
Well,
we're going to have independent matches.
Well, that's the funniest thing of the old guard 3-gun, which is like Trapper and all those guys. They're like,
And now people just wholeheartedly call themselves outlaws. Like, no, don't do that. Technically, if you're running a USPSA match, which requires you to send in $3 to the mothership for every shooter and publish the results, and you don't, if you're running a USPSA match, calling it USPSA and not paying the mothership, then it's an outlaw match because you're cheating them. You have an agreement with them if you're a member of the club.
This is several years ago now, but there was people who were just itching that they had to have a governing body for 3-gun. Most people are like, why? Why should you do all the work and you send them $3 a shooter? Why? What the fuck are they doing for me?
You know, you
coming
couldn't
up
even
with a freaking book of fucking rules that I don't necessarily even like.
I know Aaron Hayes was at one of the big 3-gun nation matches.
Yeah.
And I went to try to find the results. This was before practice court. I went to try to find the results, and you had to pay them to get access to the website to see the results. It's like, well, no wonder you died.
Well, 3-gun, they fucking killed themselves because they pissed everybody off. And like Denise Johnson, JJ, and all that, they said, they're just money grubbing motherfuckers. Yeah, pretty much.
All those black rifle parts went into that. Big bucks.
Well,
look at how that red and yellow just resisted that stain. Just came right through. I mean, it was. Yeah. It looked like you covered it up to begin with, and then it just sort of came back through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not paint, I guess.
Well, the thing is, that we're not wiping the stain off either, so it's going to take a couple of days for it to, this is not Jim's natural color. Well, we're not wiping it off either. We're just letting it sit on there, and eventually it'll soak in or evaporate off. You see, we're having a few warm days here.
That wood has never been treated so. Originally.
Oh yeah.
Originally, we had this grand plan to paint the thing the same color as that barn, and then make the trim the green. Yeah, right. That never happened.
It would have been a disaster.
Once we got this thing up, then nobody wanted to touch it again. You know what? If we painted it to match that, they probably would have tried to raise his property taxes on it.
Probably, and not It all comes down to, is it a permanent structure or a temporary structure?
It doesn't even have a roof. How can it even be a structure?
We just call it a cattle chute. It's a cattle chute. Tell me it's not.
Tell me it's not.
It's not a very functional cattle chute.
Change my mind.
Yeah.
Whew! You know what? It's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow. Steamy.